What's going on, Taka fam? It's been a minute, and I've been playing some Despia at my locals, so I'll show y'all what I played, some text that I have, and a little special combo at the end. Alright, let's get started. So for the monsters, we got 3 Aluber, best normal summon, gets all your branded cards. 3 Albaz. I know some people play 2, but I personally like 3. Because I've had plenty of times playing against the Shizu tier, they milled my 2 names and then I couldn't fuse no more. For the monsters I mentioned, Albaz, I play 1 Albion because Upstart. This could be using the Saronir combo with High Spirits Kit because this is a normal summon and this can be an extender, which also can search your extenders. I play 2 Merc Carrier. No, I'm not playing the lure, but sometimes I use one in my normal fusion combos where I'll send one and then use one for a negate. And then the 2 cards that are important for the combo, which is Cartesia and the Sword Soul. So the Sword Soul has that first effect. If a monster declares an attack, you summon him from the hand. Then if you have a fusion monster that mentions Albaz as a material on the field, you could destroy that attacking monster. That's not the relevant effect. The relevant effect is if a monster is banished face up, you can banish this card from your field or your graveyard to special summon a light spellcaster that has the same attack and defense. So basically this. These 2 are part of the combo, so I'll go ahead and put those to the side. Now, for some of the best monsters in the game right now, 3 Magnemite. Yes, objectively, he is the best one, but in this deck, not so much. Druis, pretty good as well. Free send with Beast. You get a free send again. But the best one in this deck is Saronir because he combos with all of your branded cards. He sends anything that you're missing with High Spirits in him. That's a full combo that gets any card in your deck. And then 1 Lubellion. I only play 1 because he can be a brick going second. He doesn't do anything going second. And I would rather send this to the grave. But it's not bad if I do open it. You know, going first is good to open, which is weird to say because you don't want to have more than 1 because you're not going to always win the dice roll. Alright, for the spells, best card in the deck, fusion. You don't fuse, you lose. This gets Ash. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you don't, depending on your build and your amount of extenders. 3 opening just to get to Alubers, basically like 6 Alubers. I know it's weird because I'm not playing Tragedy or Adlib. They're both bricks to me, and they're not as good as what they used to be because of the shufflers existed in the game along with the bestials. Because we had to cut down on the reds and everything that we would use to manipulate the grave. 3 High Spirits, definitely a mandatory in this deck. This plus any dragon is insane. You get to search your extender. You can search a starter. This card does everything that you need, and it also gets all the cards back to your hand. You get this back. You can get Cartesia back. Second best card, Lost. Meltdown is broken, man. But this plus fusion is pretty much game if they don't have Ash, because you set up a really good combo. We have Regain, floats back your bestials, gives you free draws during your opponent's turn, and in the mirror match or any person playing this card outside of the branded player, the turn player usually loses that trade unless they just use it early, because turn player has to be 1, and then the person who has this on the other side, they'll be able to chain theirs to get the draw instead of the turn player. 1 red, it's not the best, but with Lost, you can mitigate it. White, another fusion extender. You just want to be able to fuse. And then I'm playing 2 poly because I can search it off Lenatus. And somehow, if I do put back Lenatus, I can search the other one. But I'd rather just have this versus the Patchwork engine. Because to me, they break as well. And like, I just didn't have good luck with them drawing literally all the engine and then not having the cards I need to play. And then for the traps, just the 3 standard ones: the Beast, the Banishment, and Retribution. This is a part of the combo that gets you any card in your deck. Even though there are Bestials and Shufflers, this is still a really powerful card. It's kind of hard to cut this card. And Beast is okay. It's good for free pop. And it's how you out floodgates, at least main deck floodgates, by your opponent. And that's where, having multiple Lubellians would be really good. But it's alright. If you hard draw it without a Bestial, it kind of sucks, but it's alright. Extra deck, have 2 Lubellian. This is how you put all your cards back. This is how you have a grind game. The only reason why we play 2 is because Cashier will be picking up some steam soon, and at least at my locals, there's still a few of them. If they do hit this and you only play the 1, then you're out of the game. That means they can outgrind you. They have an easier time outgrinding you. At least having 2, it gives you a few turns to try to push back. Albion, one of the best fusions in this deck, because this is Miracle Fusion, and he's a part of the combo as well. It's just Jade, baby. This card is amazing. One of the best fusion monsters that this deck could ever have gotten. Lenatus. This is how we play against dragon players. Titan. I mainly send this off High Spirits, not just as a throwaway fusion, but just in case you do get Bestialed, you can at least float into an Albaz during your end phase and still try to get to a Mirror Jade. Brigand. It's actually good against, in the flu matchup. It at least gives you something you can use with Albaz to fuse off if there's no statue, because he can't be destroyed by battle, and your opponent can't use monster effects to target any of your other monsters outside of him. And worst case, he searches Mercury during the end phase, or summons it. Then for my Despias, not Despias, the 2 Masquerade, and the Quertus. This still comes up. It's actually good in certain scenarios. This, I kind of want to cut back to 1 again. But only reason why I'm playing 2 still is because I play poly now. And I play more generic polymerization cards. But it's not the greatest that much anymore, because it's not like it threatens that much. Because if they can get through the 1 or 2 that you put on the board, then you still lose anyway. So you better just summon up something else. Drago Sepelia, I rarely summon this. This is one of those cards that could be cut, but I just leave it there because just in case if it ever does come up. Chimera, this comes in and out of my decks a lot, because even though I have ways to summon him, most times there's just other plays you can go for, honestly. And it's not as strong because the Bestials and the Shufflers, once again. And one of the best cards in the extract, the Mysterion. So he is the combo. The reason why we play him, for a few reasons: 1, he can't be super polyed, and 2, his own field effect is actually insane against Tyr, and it's one of the only ways that Branded can consistently beat Tyr. So this card says, if a monster effect is activated that will either summon itself or a monster with the same type, original typing, you target one of those monsters, banish it, and all monsters on the field that share that type. So say they go Havnus to fuse, they make whatever, say they do end up summoning Kit. If their turn player, Kit would be 1, this would be 2. You just target the Kit and banish it, and all Aquas on the field. If you're playing against a dragon deck and they Bestial you, you can banish that Bestial and all dragons on the field. But if they're trying to play around it, you can force it yourself because you play Bestials. So the person who controlled this also could trigger it, and that's what a lot of people don't know. But all right, here is the combo. So of course, this is the 2-card combo right here, and you at least need a dark monster. So we'll just use Saronir for this example. So these will be what you're going to be sending real soon. So I'll show you. So first, we activate Fusion. Fusion, send these two specifically to make the Albion. So now that this happened, you go Albion 1, lost 2, or you could do it the other way, it doesn't matter. They can't respond. So you're going to search the Cartesia. Then you're going to resolve Albion. You're going to banish the Albaz and the Dark Monster that I mentioned earlier. We're going to make the Lubellion. So then we're going to go Lubellion. That's Chainlink 1. We're going to discard the card that we searched off of Lost. That's Chainlink 1. And then Chainlink 2, the Sword Soul, because Albion did banish a monster face up. So now the same one that you discarded, you summon. Yes, I know a lot of people will probably think, how does that really work? Well, because the Sword Soul could summon from the hand or the graveyard. So, and it does, since it doesn't target, it doesn't matter as long as you can be able to summon it. So now you do the normal thing where we make Mirror Jade, putting the Albaz back in the deck. And then this is where it's important. Always make sure that when you have a setup like this, try to abuse this as much as you can by protecting yourself, because this deck is very weak to Bestials, Shufflers, and Kelback. So on the summon of Jade, you want to go ahead and activate the Cartesia. Use a Spellcaster and a Dragon, and that's how you make the Mysterion. So this is the board we go for against here. You have a Banish and another Banish. Dash Nuke. During the end phase, this will get added to your hand. And then this will trigger. So what I like to do, especially blind going against anything, I like to just set the Retribution if I didn't have to use it for a combo. So you have a Solemn Warning, you have Recursion, you have a Banish, and you have another Banish. Or instead of going for that, you can go for the Banishment. So the Banishment could get you another search for this. So if you need to, you can go Banishment during their turn. If it allows, you can fuse into whatever, and then you use Lost to search Merc Carriers. So then that gives you another layer of protection and disruption. All right. So now, for the last part, we're just going to talk about some like upcoming format stuff, some side deck options that you can go for. Try to make this deck more competitive and continue to compete. You could side these. I know this loses to back row, but this serves the same purpose, but this loses to Ash. So realistically, because of what I'm playing, I will probably play this. Because if they Ash this, then I know Fusion is going through. But you can maximize on having these just so you can at least try to draw one. Or you could even play the Chaos Hunter as well. So this helps you against the Kashtira matchup. Because Arise Heart's insane. These are the two that I cut. And I put the 2 polys in just so I wouldn't draw her as much. And I was like, okay, if I play like poly, instead of being forced to play this, these 2 cards just become draw cards basically with poly because it turns into a Chimera. At least in my opinion, that's the way I looked at it. 1 Lubellion, that was the one that I was playing, was when I was playing 2, which is not bad. I might go back to playing a second one, just because I potentially might have the space, could cut the second Merc Carrier maybe, or at least squeeze it in another way. And these were the other cards I was playing, but like I said, I didn't really want to brick on them anymore. And then I was playing multiple reds, so I was playing 2, and I was playing at least ad lib. But like I said, the Bistios and the Shuffler just kind of make this kind of bad now. So thank you guys for watching. I'll try to post more often. Probably get some more Despia content out. Might do a locals run this weekend. So definitely stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment, share with all your friends. Let's try to get this channel to at least 50 subscribers. All right. Thank you.